every day be in Congress like it was with the brawl with Marjorie Taylor Greene?
This was either great or terrible. I don't know which
it's
it was.
great. You're a talk show host. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Tell everybody what happened. AOC and Marge.
Well, AOC, Marge, and then the other one. Who's the other one? That's the congresswoman who was in the middle of it all. That's what started it, because apparently she has long eyelashes, and Marge pointed that out. And Crockett, that's her name, Congresswoman Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett, South Dallas, right here. There you go.
Okay, so Jasmine Crockett, she got torched by Marjorie Taylor Greene over her long eyelashes. Well, now listen, Jasmine is no pushover, because then she went back and said, I want to respond to the bleach blonde butch body.
Oh my gosh.
And they're screaming, we want to strike that from the record. And Comer, I mean, his head's about to explode. He's banging the gavel. AOC, she called me unintelligent. I want to strike. Come on. I think today on the Mike Gallagher show, FYI, we're going to play the whole thing. We're just going to sit back and get the popcorn out. Come on. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
I guess it is. I tried to watch some of the video, and when you say that you're not intelligent, Marge barks at AOC, why don't you debate me? Why don't you debate me? I know why you don't debate me. You're not intelligent enough. And AOC is just going, strike the record. I want that stricken. And James Comer's just out there saying, hey guys, can I ask the gentlelady from Georgia, are you willing to have your remarks stricken from the record? And she says, oh sure, I'm fine with my remarks being stricken from the record, but I will not apologize.
I will not apologize. Strike it. What does that mean? Can we do that with angry callers? Your craziest progressive caller. I want that stricken from the record. You take that back. I am not an adult. Strike it. Strike from the. Oh my gosh.
Mike, this is Bill in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm glad you're back on that big blowtorch station, but I have to tell you, your advocacy of Trump makes me think that you are a demon spawn.
We need those remarks stricken from the record. We need them stricken from the record.
I need Uncle Barky to strike from the record that he said that I worship my Lord and Savior Donald Trump. Uncle Barky, strike that from the. Have you heard anything? Have you heard from your buddy Uncle Barky?
Ed and I don't do coffee. I mean, come on, man.
Well, you're pals with these people.
Yes, of course.
Lunch with Bud Kennedy and dinner with Uncle Barky. I mean, making the rounds.
We can all talk about you.
That's right. On the demon spawn. Oh my word! And meanwhile, Michael Cohen. If you think you're having a bad day, you don't want to be Michael Cohen yesterday. Wow. I mean, it seems to be. This is what's kind of crazy and emerging from this trial. Anderson Cooper, MSNBC, they're all acknowledging how horribly this is going for the prosecution.
That reasonable doubt now hangs from every rafter in that courthouse. Do you believe? Do you? I mean, I've been saying this for a couple of days. I said, listen, I don't want to jinx anything. There's no such thing as jinxes, just playing, having fun. That is it possible that even a Manhattan jury could acquit him with a case that is this bad?
Well, see, here's what this is setting up. And let's play this together. Let's listen to CNN's Anderson Cooper just for a little bit. Well, just him, he seems stunned by the Trump attorney's cross-examination. Because imagine this, Mark. Imagine a convicted perjurer lied. I mean, it's like water's wet. This is shocking. A sky is blue. So here's a little bit of Anderson Cooper, I think. I think we can play this for you. Just stunned at the big victory that Trump's side had yesterday.
It was incredible. I mean, it was, Ellie Honig on my program last night had talked about, on a cross-examination, lawyers want to kind of put the witness in build a box around the witness and then slam it shut. That's what Todd Blanche did to Michael Cohen. I mean, the story.
Todd Blanche is Trump's attorney.
Todd Blanche just methodically went through this sequence of events of this phone conversation that Michael Cohen had testified to previously. That he had this consequential phone conversation with Donald Trump. It was a 90-second phone conversation. I believe it was October 24th was the date that was testified to in around 8 p.m. or so at night. But Todd Blanche on his cross-examination today kind of looked at the transcript of text messages that Michael Cohen had received and sent before that time frame. And there had been this series, I guess, of crank calls that Michael Cohen had received, It turned out to be from some 14-year-old. There was an exchange of messages between the alleged 14-year-old and Michael Cohen. And then Michael Cohen texts Keith Schiller at like 7:50 something,
Trump's
or 7:48
bodyguard.
Right.
p.m. Saying, hey, I've got some dope has been harassing me. I got the person's phone number. Who can I talk to? Keith Schiller texts him back saying, call me. And Michael Cohen calls Keith Schiller. This is the conversation that previously Michael Cohen had said he was calling to speak to Donald Trump to tell him that he was going ahead with the Stormy Daniel arrangement and that Trump approved it, which was a
which was a total lie. So that phone call was not. The phone call was not some deep incriminating thing that instantly links Trump to the entire inner circle of the NDA and all that. It was them complaining about a teenager pranking Michael Cohen.
So what's emerged is apparently, here's the story, Michael Cohen, the fixer, went around and tried to fix things for Trump. And in this case, it appears without Trump's knowledge. There's no evidence apparently linking Cohen to Trump with this so-called, hush money payment. Look, non-disclosure agreements are legal and absolutely normal, and it's
common.
And common happens. We've all signed them over the years. I mean, there's nothing unusual about them. You keep confidential stuff confidential. And so the whole thing. Now, here's what's going to be riveting. If these New York jurors say guilty, oh my gosh, that'll be one of the biggest perversions of justice.
It will seem, because a whole lot of people, even folks who are not conservative at all, look at this. Look at the media culture yesterday, being forced to admit that this case is falling apart, absolutely falling apart.
I want to talk to you. You're obviously one of my best friends in the world, and I want to get real intensely personal with you about what we do for a living and what the country is looking like right now. And I'm going to make a harsh, a tough, painful sort of observation, but I'm getting it everywhere from businesses all over the country. Everybody's feeling this economy right now, Mark. And I know that we hear that in headlines. Let me give you an example. We're in the middle of this beautiful donor campaign, the Prison Fellowship Angel Tree Camp. We sent over 3,000 kids to these Christian summer camps last year. Donations are not anywhere near where they should be. They're down. And my boss always says that when we do these donor campaigns, whether it's Mark or Mike or anybody on the team, it's kind of the canary in the coal mine. You kind of see how the mood is, how people are spending money. If you don't have money to spend, you gotta. It
can be tricky.
It can be tricky because you sort of pinch pennies where you have to, and not saving kids' souls, unfortunately, winds up, on the list here. But something is happening in this country, Mark. I've got an ability to talk to people in all 50 states. I'm feeling it. Let me be very blunt. Let me pull the curtain back. And our advertisers, listen, we have great relationships with all of them. We have a lot of what we call direct response clients where we know right away with the phones are ringing and all. Business is down in this country. People are hurting.
Across the vast landscape, correct. How can this audience help you now? Because I got two things I got to get to you in 2 minutes.
Sure. Well, listen, I mean, we'll just see. I don't want to, poor mouth anybody because if you don't have the money to do it, I get it. But I'm devastated that the campaign isn't doing better. It's go to MikeOnline.com. It costs $200 to send a kid to summer camp. These are children of American prisoners. Okay, Mark, these are kids, sons and daughters of people who are incarcerated. And Prison Fellowship, started by the late Chuck Colson, was formed to minister to families so that, listen, maybe they won't make the same bad decisions that their mom or dad made.
Absolutely.
Maybe they'll become saved. Maybe they will accept Jesus as their Savior. And these kids, you'll be saved. Not only do you get these kids out of a rough neighborhood for a week, but they also learn about God's grace and Christ's love. They're not only are they going to be canoeing and horseback riding and all that, they're going to hear about the Bible and the good news. So
there's no better expenditure somebody can make. MikeOnline.com. Let's help
the Angel Tree banner there at the top of the page, whatever you can afford, because frankly, again, I'm really, really worried about how how slow this campaign has been in the month of May, and I know numbers aren't down. Our ratings are through the roof. Your ratings are through the roof. Everybody's happy, but something's going on. And Mark, it's the economy, stupid.
It sure
like
is. Let's give voice. Let's find what we can. MikeOnline.com. You give us inspiration every day with sometimes big things and sometimes small things. 60 seconds on the small thing. What did McDonald's do with the Happy Meal?
They took the smiley face and they replaced it with stickers and a line that says, "It's okay not to be happy all the time."
Oh no, they didn't want to force feed, shoehorn. They didn't want to create tension in the kiddos by suggesting they have some obligation to be actually happy.
Yeah, because for me, McDonald's is happiness. You know, listen,
Absolutely.
Golden arches. All I want to do is smile. Hey, Dennis Prager put it best. Everything the left touches turns to garbage.
And
it's
finally,
amazing.
Sometimes if you take a short enough flight, first class isn't that much more expensive. So I learned that, decided to travel Mike Gallagher style when Lisa and I went to Albuquerque weekend before last. It was great. I mean, an hour and 45 minutes, but it's first class. We had a lovely time. So plane's getting ready to take off, and door opens. Pilot comes out, walks past me to the lady sitting behind Lisa and me, introduces himself, gives her his business card, says, and it's because she was like executive grand poobah or something, gives her gives her his cell phone number. So
you sure
Captain,
he was just being professional?
Exactly.
What's your sign, honey? I'm Pisces. What are you?
Come here often?
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, of what value is the pilot's cell phone number if you're on some other flight and the lasagna's cold? Are you going to call Captain Dan Dare and say, what can you do about that?
I got an idea. What the value is of the cell phone number.
So the thing I wanted to ask is,
surely, those are lonely trips.
Surely this has happened to you, not in a salacious way, but surely you are. I mean, surely you've seen George Clooney in Up in the Air, the movie where his whole thing is about achieving that status while going about his crazy job. But I just wonder if you've ever had that kind of personal visit from the pilot.
I've asked for the cell phone numbers all the time. They never want to give it to me.
Don't
I don't know
do
what's
that.
wrong.
What kind of grooming is that?
Well, you're telling me that they do it for other people. I may not be concierge key. I want to get that kind of special treatment.
I will lobby for you.
You know what's kind of cool?
Anyway.
Some of these pilots, and I've seen it all. And one of the things with my job, I'm on a plane half the time of my life. It seems like a lot of the pilots will stand at the front and get on the PA, and they stand there and they say, "Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Captain Mark Davis. I want to welcome you to this flight. We know you have lots of. It's really a nice touch. I mean, some of them do. Now others, they just grumble and
we'll get you there.
Yeah, I love it when you fall asleep and they want to give you a big long announcement about how we're at 35,000 feet. I have no interest in how high you're flying. Thank you, pilot, but no, thank you. Please not interrupt me, and you're interrupting my viewing.
You're trying, this is the captain. I know you're trying to sleep, but over to the left side, you'll notice the Atlantic Ocean. Let me tell you 14 things you might not know about the Atlantic Ocean. You know how deep the water is right about.
Shut up! I'm trying to sleep for crying out loud.
And here's my number, honey. Here's my phone number. Give me a call anytime. Call me morning, noon, or night. Give me a call. I'm at your disposal.
I'm there for you.
I'm here for you. A happy weekend, my friend. I'll see you Monday.
Absolutely. That's Mike Gallagher. Your weekend is not complete unless you log his show 10 o'clock as soon as we're done on 660 AM The Answer.